So this is Sarah. She's 60 years old. Her diagnosis is a stroke. Her deficits is right-sided hemiparesis from stroke, paraplegia with sensory deficits from spinal cord injury, and then challenges with activities requiring bilateral coordination. So based on her diagnosis and her deficits, I think it's appropriate to give the COPN. So I'm gonna ask her some questions and then I'm gonna fill this form out. Okay, Sarah. So we're gonna fill this form out. I'm gonna ask you some questions and then see how important some activities are for you. So we're gonna start with self-care. Self-care includes occupations aimed at getting ready for a day and getting around. In the COPN, we measure 3 aspects of self-care, so personal care, functional mobility, and community management. Okay, so we're gonna start with personal care. So we're gonna see what's important for you.
I'd say I've been having a hard time doing my hair. I like having my hair done. So it's been hard going out and about with not being able to use both hands to do my hair.
Okay. All right, and then on a scale 1 through 10, 10 being the most important, what would you rate that?
I'd probably give it a 6.
Okay. Functional mobility, so that's like getting around your house.
Mm-hmm. Well, normally I use a manual wheelchair due to my paraplegia, but like due to my right arm having the hemiparesis and being weak, I've just been having a hard time using that manual wheelchair.
Okay. And how important would you say that is?
Probably a 10.
Okay. Last, we have community management. So like going out, grocery shopping, maybe paying your bills, interacting with like friends.
Well, I have a bridge club that I meet with about once a month, and it has been kind of hard getting there because I am right-hand dominant. Normally I'm able to drive, but it's been a bit hard. I guess I could also be in community mobility though. So it's been kind of hard getting there, and I don't really, like, I feel bad asking people for rides, and I don't like taking public transportation. So I probably put that also at a 10.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to the next section. We're gonna go productivity. So that includes occupations aimed at earning a living, maintaining home and family, providing service to others, or developing one capabilities. So we're gonna look at if you work, it can be paid or unpaid.
I do not work, but I volunteer sometimes at an assisted living area. That's not very often. It's just kind of like, you know, when I find the time and if I'm not tired. So I probably prioritize that at a 2.
Okay. Household management, so that can be cleaning around your house. Do you have any pets that you take care of?
Yes, I have a cat, and I've been having a hard time feeding her because it's been hard to, you know, use both my limbs and my legs don't work, but it is important to feed my cat, so I'll probably put that at a 9.
Okay.
And it has also been hard to like clean my house, but I've been having someone come over and do that for me.
Okay. Are you in school?
No, I'm not in school anymore. I was gonna go back and get my degree, but then this happened, so I'm not doing anything currently.
Okay. Is there any activities you are involved in? I know you said that you're in the bridge group, but is there anything that you like to do for fun?
Yeah, I'm actually also, I forgot to mention, a part of like a wheelchair basketball group, and I have not been able to do that recently, and it is something that brings me joy, so I probably rate that as an 8.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to leisure. So leisure includes occupations performed by an individual when freed from obligation to be productive. So we're gonna start off with quiet recreation. So these are activities, they don't take too much effort, you don't get really fatigued performing these.
I guess I like to read. I also like to write, but that's been kind of hard due to my dominant hand being weak. But yeah, those are the only two I could really think of.
Alright, we're gonna do active recreation. So this requires more energy. You kind of notice that you're getting more fatigue.
I'd probably put my wheelchair basketball there. Yeah, I'd probably put that there.
Okay, and then last one, we're gonna do socialization. So hanging out with friends, hanging out with family.
My grandkids come over once in a while. I do live by myself, but they do live in the area. But normally I'd watch my grandsons, but with me not being able to use both hands, it's been kind of hard to like feed them and put them to bed, and I would probably rate that pretty high, like out of 10, because that's important to me.
Okay. Okay, so going back to what you said, what would you say is your top 5 main priorities right now?
Okay, so I would say first would be feeding my cat, because there is no one else around to kind of help me out with that throughout the day, and she is pretty hungry. I'd put that at number 1 just because it's inside my house.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, I would probably put, being able to take care of my grandkids. 3, I'd probably honestly put, I'd put probably grooming, because I do take pride in how I look, throughout the day. 4, probably wheelchair basketball, because it gets me active. And 5, I'd probably do my being able to like get around.
Okay, sounds good. So based on your results and the top 5 most important things to you, I've noticed that for number 1 that you really care about your cat and that you want to be able to feed her. So I think that we should work on that and create an intervention for that. So one thing I recommend is, due to your right side weakness, we want to work on improving the strength. We also want to work with coordination skills. I've noticed that that's one of your deficits. So we're going to work with that. We're going to kind of mimic feeding your cat.
Okay.
So I have this little bowl for you. This is going to be the scooper for your cat. So when we're going to be practicing this, we want to be at a stable table. We're going to have this placed in front of you. So with your wheelchair, you're going to come as close as you can to the table. And so for right now, we can practice just scooping with the empty cup and then just the plate. So you can grab the cup with your right hand, and if it helps you, you can use your left hand, grab your wrist, and then you're going to bring it over and then pour it. Yep.
Okay.
And so we're just going to practice that for a bit while performing this. Like I said, you want to make sure that you're at a stable table, wheelchair's closed. I'm going to be nearby, so in case that maybe you lose your balance, I'm right here.
Okay.
So when we're performing this at home, and we want to help increase that strength, we can grade up. So we can put food in there and have maybe a heavy scooper.
I do some, like, when I used to walk before my spinal cord injury, I used to like putting like arm weights on. Would that help too?
Yeah, so that will help too.
Okay.
So you can use your arm weights. If you're starting to notice, oh, this is becoming way too easy, maybe a lighter scoop, or you can practice this empty pouring.
Yeah, because some days are harder than others, so I feel like it would probably be good to like have ways to like make it easier like that.
Yeah. And so we would continue this with therapy. I've noticed on your chart too, since your spinal cord injury, that you've been feeling a little depressed. So I would also refer you to a psychologist. Maybe that will help you out a bit.
Yeah.
And then I would also refer you to a PT. Maybe work with strengthening your trunk.
How long do I have to be seeing an OT for?
Yeah, so you would see me, I would say about 6 weeks, since we're in acute care. Once you start making improvements and reaching your goals, I would discharge you and send you to an outpatient clinic, and then they would help you reach other
Sweet.
goals.
And also my family was wondering why I should see an OT.
Yes. So as an OT, I'm going to help you gain your independence back, help you reach your goals, like just simple stuff like this, create interventions that you can regain that strength, and then we can work later on like sensory deficits and any other problems that you've been encountering.
All right, awesome. Well, that was a really fun session.